Hey guys, how are we? She's back. I wanted to do a read for Jupiter trining Pluto. Jupiter is trining Pluto at 1 degree 53 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, of Gemini. Trine Pluto at 1 degree 53 minutes of Aquarius. This is one of the biggest astrology moments of 2024. I actually really love how Jupiter is such a protagonist in the astrology of 2024 because, I mean, I'm a Sag rising, so maybe I'm partial to Jupiter's magic, but it is a planet of joy and blessings. It's also a planet of overdoing it, though. So we have to be mindful of our relationship with our Jupiter in our charts. Jupiter spends about a year in every zodiac sign. So it entered Gemini on the 25th of May, and it will stay there until the 9th of June, 2025. And it's all good things, very exciting. This is, I think, there's another transit coming up with Jupiter. Earlier, in an earlier video, I had said that it was going to be at 2 degrees. That was actually wrong. I'm sorry about that. It isn't going to be at 2 degrees. It's actually going to be trining Pluto, sorry, at 1 degree. So important. Those are important details. So if you don't know, or if you haven't noticed or picked up on it, both planets are newly ingressed in their zodiac signs. Pluto moves much slower than Jupiter. Pluto spends many years in one zodiac sign. Jupiter spends 1 year in a zodiac sign, give or take, if you factor in some retrogrades. The other thing I wanted to say about this is Pluto, the themes around the two planets are joy, abundance, happiness, blessings. Where you have Jupiter in your chart typically signifies where you are primed to expand your knowledge on something, learn about something, explore something, long distance travel something, be curious about different cultures and different experiences, be in the realm of caring about what is fair, what is judicious, holding space for what is fair, holding space for equality to a certain extent. There's a religious connotation as well to Jupiter, but it can also have a very spiritual quality too. It depends, but either way, there is a high vibration around seeking the truth out of our human existence and connecting more to what can be felt more than can be seen. I would say there's different ways you could put that, but I would definitely say that. And probably learning a lot through the experience of being exposed to a certain situation or being in something, versus reading a textbook about the thing. Pluto is the ruler to Scorpio, and it tends to be intense, is like almost putting it nicely. Pluto kind of pushes us to our limits, and it will in different scenarios and at different moments and upon different transits, it'll really push us to look at the hard facts of our lives and our secrets. It's the mascot for skeletons in the closet. It's related to debt. It's related to our currency in relation to others, in-laws. It's related to taxes. It's related to the stuff we don't want to look at in our life, and we don't want to talk about money things, death. It's metaphorical sometimes at a death and rebirth, and sometimes it's very visceral at its death and rebirth situation. In Aquarius, it feels like we're getting really pushed to dance with where things need to go. There's a purge with Pluto. There's a reality check around what needs to come to the surface, be addressed in order to move forward. It will drag you through your shit if it has to. So I do feel like these are two really interesting this is an interesting intersection of two planets that carry very different vibrations, but at the same time, at some level, both want the truth to be held and to be exposed, and the truth has to be our motivation. We have to be in pursuit of that. So in a trine aspect, it's actually not unfavorable, but it's favorable, but it sort of depends as well on how you look at your relationship with those two planets. And I think that you'll have a little more information on that in your personal astrology. For sure, your relationship to Pluto depends on where you have Scorpio in your chart. It also depends on if Pluto is aspecting any other planets. So yeah, if it has a tight rapport to any other planets. And the other thing with Jupiter in your chart, again, depends on the house it's in, what zodiac sign it's in, and also if it has any rapport or aspects to any other planets. And as well, it depends on the placement of Sagittarius and your chart's relationship to Sagittarius energy, as I will also say Pisces energy, because Jupiter is the sub-ruler to Pisces. Some people look at Jupiter before they look at Neptune when they're looking at Pisces energy. So if you're a Pisces rising, Jupiter would rule your life. If you're Sag rising, Jupiter definitely rules your life. If you're a Scorpio rising, Pluto is your ruler, as is Mars. But again, Pluto. I look at Pluto first before Mars when I'm looking at a Scorpio rising. So for today, what I would love to do is I would love to do a little read on, for us, a collective reading on what this trine between these two giants is going to bring to us, like what we're dealing with. What is an important message that we need to receive to move us forward in the direction of collective truth, in the direction of personal truth. Let's see what's coming up for us. As always, if this message appeals to you and you have any questions, please let me know. This is, I hope to convey and communicate messages that feel supportive and illuminating, and not, don't, hinder the pursuit of your joy and your happiness, and don't kind of cause you more distress. The goal with this is really to support you in the pursuit of what's ailing you or what's holding you back, and really help you find fulfillment through that. So please don't be shy. If you have any questions, just comment them below and let's connect. So here we go. Let's see. Can I get some support? Jupiter, Pluto, Aquarius. Oh, here we go. There we go. Can I get Sagittarius, Gemini and Aquarius, Jupiter and Pluto. So the first two cards that pop out of the astrology deck, Saturn is here. Saturn is interesting because Saturn is right now holding court within Pisces, and it has been really putting us through finding the container of our limits, as well as look at where we feel extremely lonely and up against all odds with our healing. We have to face the truth. We have to face our healing this year. So I can imagine that this this Jupiter trine Pluto moment is really going to put an axis on that. Okay, can I get a little more information? So we have the Empress here. I love this Empress card. She's just so curious, and it's so evocative of what is around the corner for us. There's a 3 there. Virgo's here as well. So there's a healer quality to this energy. That's what's coming up for me. Where are we willing to heal ourselves? Where are we willing to look at ourselves? Where are we willing to be discerning with ourselves and our healing? The 10 of Wands is here. It feels like a cycle is completing, and I absolutely love that, because as both these planets enter these new zodiac signs, ingressed into these zodiac signs, Pluto before it ingressed into Aquarius, before Jupiter ingressed into Gemini. Jupiter moved into Gemini last week, May 25th, as I mentioned. As they are kind of moving, and they are inevitably creating the onset of a new cycle for us, a very Gemini related cycle, as well as a very Aquarian cycle. So there's an initiative that is both coming to completion, But for me, this card also symbolizes something that we are looking to initiate. This is two parts. I think Pluto is closing and pushing us to leave behind what's not going to go with us into the future. And I think Jupiter is opening us up to opportunity. Judgment is here reversed, so we're feeling a little bit like maybe we're amiss in our judgment or in what's in front of us. I think Saturn, I love the prompt on this card particularly, as it is wisdom for Saturn. So I think that is interesting, but also challenging. Saturn doesn't, the way that Saturn imparts wisdom is not easy. It's not an easy pill to digest, especially through the zodiac sign of Pisces as it's in this year. I think that energy feels hard. It feels hard. It's like a big reality check, you know, sort of thing. So let's see what else there is for this Jupiter trine Pluto. Can we see? Here we go. There's a sense of like lacking a little bit of completion through this. We are, my goodness, it's just nonstop here. Okay, here we go. So we have the Page of Wands is here, and we have the Lovers are here. The Eight of Pentacles is reversed, and the King of Wands is also here. So there's a sense of, through this, like the things that we are working for and towards haven't necessarily fully proven themselves available to us yet. And maybe there's a little bit of frustration around that. We're looking at what other things we can create. Opportunities will arise through this Jupiter trine Pluto situation. But it does feel like we have to look at our relationships. Relationships are coming up in this. And these are very heterosexual relationships, so this feels like it's also inevitably a score between masculine and feminine energy that is through this cycle, through this trine. Where are we healing? Where are we healing each other's energy? Where are we working on our collective healing of ourselves in order to get and make the most out of this Jupiter trine Pluto situation? What have we celebrated recently? What have we been celebrating recently? What have we stopped and recognized that we have earned, and that we are willing to bring in our own applause and our own success and bring that up into our consciousness, because we've been working hard towards something, but we're also very curious about what else is out there, and there are opportunities waiting for us. King of Wands and Eight of Pentacles is interesting because it does feel like we are having to release our behavior with being a 3D tangible focus. So like, it doesn't feel like the results are necessarily things that you are putting one foot in front of the other and able to execute in a very linear way. The happiness and the results and the abundance is at a different level. It's a spiritual level. I think this card is saying we have to get out of our own way in order to recognize what we've been working hard for, and how we can really hone in on and celebrate how far we've come, how far we've grown. There's something about growth here that's coming through that we have to honor. And of course, Jupiter would have it that way, because with Jupiter, there is always an element of spiritual growth. So where have you committed to your growth, and where are you still curious about what else is up there? Pluto came up, oh my God. We are changing, we are transforming. That's a great prompt on there. Transformation is around the corner. There is another layer to shed. There is something else that we have to let go of in order to be willing to heal and to continue on this journey. So we have to stay in pursuit of what is yet to come. We have to stay open to what is available to us in the future. We have to honor our relationship to ourselves and to others, our relationship to our feminine and masculine energy, and our relationship to divine love. We have to be truthful in the pursuit of what is available to us. We have to be honest in those pursuits. We have to keep seeking the answers. We have to keep seeking the answers. We can't say no. We can't close ourselves off to that. And we have to invite in opportunities and blessings all the time. And this is our responsibility. This is our responsibility. It's your responsibility to say no to what doesn't serve you anymore. And it is your responsibility to use discerning judgment and not be in fear of the truth when you are looking at what you need to move forward. We have to release the perfectionist and we have to work towards being collective healers. Virgo is the feminine energy master. Virgo is also the healer. Virgo spends its day in and out in rituals of healing. What are you willing to ritualize in order to move forward? How are you making room for what you're curious about by saying no and goodbye to something that isn't working anymore? Can I get some information on what isn't working anymore? What is no longer available to us? What isn't working anymore? The Tower is there. When the Tower is there, more Lovers energy. Okay, so can I get some more information on that, please? What is the relevance of the Tower? Interesting. The way that we are taking action is not serving us anymore. This is really interesting. We have to be willing to look at, it's like we're just continuously in pursuit of one accolade after another, and we're not actually pausing. We're not pausing to celebrate what has been given to us. Are you overlooking something that is the big thing, really, in pursuit of the thing that you think you still haven't received? Have you not received it? Where do you feel completely defeated, and how has this defeat actually been a gift and a blessing to you? Because it doesn't feel like it has actually been not a good thing. These two cards go hand in hand. These two cards are amazing. Is there a relationship that has taught you something that you need to let go of? A pattern, a habit, a ritual, a personality trait, a way that you love on yourself? Is there something like that you have been doing consistently over and over and over again? It's not going to take you into this new energy. This new Jupiter Pluto trine is fostering a new space of divine love and support for ourselves first and foremost. So the way that you have been showing up in your relationships, something in that you have learned recently through maybe a heartbreak or through something falling apart that you didn't expect, and it is showing you that you're moving in the right direction. But this feels stubborn. This feels like you're still stuck in your ways. This feels like you are not seeing that celebration behind you because you are in pursuit of what you have your mind focused on. Your mind does not celebrate wins in the way that Jupiter wants you to celebrate the wins. Please look at the full picture. Look at the full picture. She's standing on amethyst. I mean, this horse is on amethyst. The purples here, the blues here, the pinks here. I mean, the truth here. I love the amethyst again here. Look to your female connections, your females, as a relationship kind of cursor of where you're at and where you are not being whole towards yourself. Those relationships are teachers and mirrors, and they have been maybe putting you through some sort of tests, and it's not been easy. Jupiter trine Pluto. Jupiter trine Pluto. There's a change in our relationships that is coming forward, and we have to be willing to look at this. Our roots are changing. Our relationship with how we care for ourselves and how we care for each other. Take care of the space that you call home. Start there. That space is going to be a really great precursor to finding your grounding in this Jupiter Pluto. The King of Pentacles is here as I'm saying that. To finding your grounding in this Jupiter Pluto energy and this shift. It's a massive shift, but something's gotta go. Don't be stubborn about it. Don't ignore it. Don't deny it. Denying it is denying your growth and denying your truth and denying your beauty and your grace. Give yourself the fair chance to be in fearless pursuit of what you don't yet know. Look at your relationships. Look at your relationship with reward. Look at your relationship with celebrating the big picture, not just the small picture. Look at the way that you move past challenges. Look at the way that you move past victories. Hold space for all of it. Hold space for all of it. If you can't celebrate the moment of growth that is so pivotal where you have to let something go. I have chills. You're not in a space to be able to move towards calling in the thing that is naming you and that is seeking you, because you still haven't been courageous or brave enough to look at what doesn't fit in your life anymore. Name the fear around what doesn't fit in and allow it to exit. Allow it to exit. This trine is inviting that exit for your joy to move in abundance. And I also think that is why we have so much Lovers energy here. So much Lovers energy here. Fulfillment. Fulfillment is around the corner. We need to harness our feminine power through this. We need to remain curious about the direction we are being called to. Curiosity means you are committing to saying yes to what isn't yet and no to what no longer fits the bill. I'm going to leave it at that. Oh yeah, that was the 4th house card. So let's see. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Wishing you everything you need to be aware of through this Jupiter-Pluto trine in 2024. This is a beautiful moment. We're 6 months into the year. This is a great moment to take inventory of what is and what isn't. Thank you so much, guys. Please like and subscribe. If you're new here, check out my other videos and follow me on socials. The links are all in my bio. Thank you. Bye.